Greetings, y'all. So this download today is about to get a little touchy for you. I don't know if you all have seen the situation with the basketball player Juju. And I think the guy was a football player. I'm not sure about his name, but she only came up because it was divine intervention. Intervening with the divine unions of this reality. I said, Spirit, why are you telling? As soon as I see it, I instantly say, that's a curse. That's a hex. And I said, God damn it. Who would want to put a hex on her like that? And I instantly went to the other video where the mom is like, TikTok was so petty, y'all. I scrolled up and the mom and the mom sat in between the boyfriend, the guy, and Juju. And this mom face was so wicked. If y'all seen that seating with Juju and that football player, the basketball player and the football player, and you seen his mom, that mom has very dark, wicked intentions. So when I seen that this hex was put on this baby, and I looked at the glow, I had to go back. That glow between her and that man it was a union. It was so divinely. The way she glowed up, besides looking so damp, she glowed. And then he glowed. When that mother did that hex on that girl, she just started a war in the astrals. Literally, because this is a prime example. You cannot continue to go against kingdom spouses. Divine unions, God-ordained unions. Nobody on this realm can come in between unions anymore. Do you know how many times they have pulled us apart from our partners? They have been doing this shit for years. They can no longer do it no more. The planet needs man and woman together. They need the union because we bring a different type of vibration that God is able to relax and lay back and be in her own authentic energy. So when you see people out here still trying to come in between kingdom spouses and kingdom and divine unions, they're instantly going to be judged. Instantly. Even if you don't see it with your own eyes and you feel it in the ethers, you feel it in the astral, you feel it in the vibrations of the universe, that union is near you and you feel like somebody is trying to come in between that. These people that's trying to come in between kingdom spouses and unions will be deemed to a lot of different karmic debt, mental agony, imprisonment, and I even heard spirits say death. And I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't care what y'all believe. If you're coming against something that the universe and the gods has come together to pair together, you will go through a lot of shit right now in this reality. We see it. We can tell when you putting a hex. We can tell when you using voodoo. We can tell, you don't even got it ain't even a problem with you using it. It's when you use it to attack an innocent. It's when you use it to go against somebody's free will. It's when you use it to tear down another being on this planet because you deem yourself as powerful. And let me tell y'all, this is even to the Christian folk. I don't have nothing against the Christian folk at all. But when you pray so hardly and give all your power to this entity outside of you, aka Jesus, you are limiting your spiritual beliefs and you are also removing some of your spiritual protection. And that's why most Christians are able to have hexes and voodoo on them, because you don't have no spiritual protection. And that's why the government, the police, all these people out here, they benefit more from your carbonated ass not having spiritual protection by your ancestors. That's cutthroat. They benefit more for you not having. You can get a curse put on you so quick when you're not giving honor to your own ancestors. You're not connecting to your chi, your energy, your kundalini. You're not rising your conscious to the Christ conscious. You're giving all your power to the devil or to Jesus. And that is exactly why some of y'all don't have no spiritual protection. They knew the trick. They knew it. Religion, they knew it. They knew you will not have no protection if you praise something outside of your own vessel. They knew this shit. And we know it. That's why we don't pray to things outside of us. We don't idolize celebrities outside of us. We don't overconsume others' authentic energy and their energy over ourselves. We don't do the shit y'all do. And y'all be mad at us. But I can tell you right now, when I see a hex on a young lady or a young man, or I see a curse on them, I know they don't have no spiritual protection. I don't care how many times you went to church this week, next week, last year. You don't have no spiritual protection if a hex can touch something on your motherfucking being, your body. Because when you connect to your real, true, authentic, your descendants of your ancestors, your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, your great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, the indigenous part of you, the African part of you, it don't matter. When you start connecting to those that's connected to your bloodline and you are the reason they're the reason you're here, when you start acknowledging them, they protect you like they motherfucking life depend on it. They will see a hex a mile away. The most people can do to a chosen one is try to monitor and reflect and deflect and also try to come in your life and move some shit around. That's the only thing you can do to a chosen one. We the motherfucking curse breakers. You think we don't know when a curse has been whispered out of a motherfucking mouth into the universe to touch us? The most we feel is some wind go by. Instant. We know who did it. When you authentically a curse breaker, you can recognize a curse, a hex, voodoo, Haitian voodoo. It don't matter. You can recognize it from anywhere. And that's why the saying is, a lot of religious folks used to get curses put on them back in the day. You used to have to come to church and ask pastor and them to get it off of them. Pastor had a little bit of Haitian in them. Pastor had a little bit of that curse breaking ability in them. But the real reason is when you don't have any spiritual protection and you deem your own ancestors, your own grandparents, your own mothers, or whoever could have passed away, and you deem them as evil because this Bible told you to. When you condemn your own ancestors, it's like you putting a chain on them for massa. And when you do that, it limits your spiritual protection because they're locked up somewhere. Y'all ever seen that Disney movie Coco? They're locked up somewhere. Your ancestors are in some type of cage in the spirit realm. They can't even come out and save you if they wanted to. But when you start giving them love, honoring their existence that they did have on this planet, when you start connecting to the ancestors that's connected to you, when you start going through your shadow work, going deep within yourself, your bloodline, your all the curses and chains you had to break, you start hearing them shackles. Boom, out of nowhere, you just hearing shackles, like train shackles. And that's because you are releasing shackles from your ancestors that they told you to put on them. This is why I tell people you are protected from hexes, curses, negative minds, voodoo, witchcraft, dolls, voodoo dolls. You are protected, root magic. You are protected from all of this shit when you accept all of who you are. Your darkness, your light, your good, your bad, your ancestors, the old ancestors, the new ancestors, the ancestors, period. When you start to resemble God as everything and everything that's within you, when you stop reaching out to a Christ conscious and you start becoming that Christ conscious, you surrender to all your divine protections. These motherfuckers that give me evil eye in public, they ain't mad at me just because I'm a chunky girl, a black girl walking up the street. They mad at me because they mad at my spiritual protection. Who is this young motherfucker with all this spiritual protection? This ain't no Jesus protection. Who is she? Because you walking around here with I can tell your religion just by your spiritual protection. You don't gotta tell me you a Christian. You don't gotta tell me you a Muslim. I can tell who you are by your spiritual protection. You might have one angel, one ancestor near you that I can sense, but honestly speaking, I walk with many. I walk with many. So when I see somebody, a reflection of minds that walk with many ancestors, I be like, oh, that motherfucker got some protection. Woo! Congratulations, I know you did the work. You know who you are. That's why I tell people, it don't matter. Okay, if you send for a reading, I'll just get off and get back on for that. Okay, baby? Let me tell you this. This is a download real quick, but I'm not going to stay on here long because I do have to clock in a second. Just for a second. I don't have to clock in that long. But let me tell you something. I used to lie to people. When I started being very spiritual, I started lying to them. I was like an investigator. I went through an investigator stage of life. They say, what you believe in? Who? Basically like Bloods and Crips. Who you claim? Jesus or Jehovah? Which one you believe in? And I look at that Christian man in his face and I say, I'm a Christian. I used to lie. He used to still have the same evil intentions for me. Because it don't matter what you say from these lips. They want to know what's protecting you. That ain't just no Jesus Christ protecting you, my love. It's something else protecting you. It seems like it's some demons and some deities protecting you, some goddesses, some ancestors. What is this protecting you? It don't matter if you say you Christian, Jehovah. It don't matter. That never mattered. They're still going to show their true, authentic self. And that's the envious, the jealousy, the anger. Who the fuck this young little motherfucker thinks she is? Walking up in here. Walking around so freely, not caring about a care in the world. This a motherfucker that did her shadow work. This the motherfucker that released the chains off her ancestors. Yeah, that grandmother that came to your church every motherfucking Sunday. Pastor. And you couldn't even help her free herself in a spirit realm. But you want me to believe in you. No, it was my young ass that went through there and took them chains off my grandmother. That was so faithful to every church she stayed in. And stayed in them churches for years until her dying day. It was me that went in there forgave my uncle for going through generational curses. And he was just being pinned down to all the shit that the old motherfuckers did before him. It was me. It was me that went over there and took my grandmother and my grandfather and I listened to their stories and I took them chains and took them out of some dark, wicked holes that people didn't place them in. It was me. And that's why they send any motherfucker to your doorstep. The moment you wish ill upon me, the moment you think ill upon me, the moment you act with ill upon me. This is why motherfuckers can't fuck with me. And can't fuck with the chosen ones, period. This is why. This is why they can't bother you. This is why no hex, voodoo, curses. Only thing that can probably get you is a little negative thinking. But who all? We all enjoy a little negative thinking, and we don't enjoy it. It happens to the best of us, the greatest of us. You have to just have a strong enough mind to be able to push that shit to the side and say, them ain't my thoughts, them somebody else's. Send it back to the sender or send it back to whoever sent it, but with a little twist and dab on it. Ashe? You cannot come in between kingdom spouses this season, this year, for the next 1,000 years, 100,000 years. The planet is being called to come back into union with the masculine and the feminine energy. No matter how you look, what they look like, it don't matter. You will recognize your kingdom spouse the moment your soul light up. The whole universe seeing that girl's soul light up. The whole universe will see you light up when your person come into your reality. And congratulations, if you have met your twin, that means you did the work. Because it's divine feminine that do the work mostly. Then a masculine will be surrendered to go through his own working. Everything is coming back into union, and anybody that come in between any unions, they will get cursed. They will have to go through some karmic debt and judgment, and they can, if they don't stop, they can pass away. This is what Spirit told me. I'm just a messenger. But also do a little condemning as well. I say I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to y'all. I do, because my judgment is trusted. When you don't trust yourself, the universe won't trust you with the gifts that you're supposed to have. When you don't trust yourself, you will never be able to fully trust the person outside of you. I tell people all the time, I trust everybody that I meet. I give them a chance to trust them. Why do I give you a chance to trust you? Because I trust you as being yourself. And by being yourself, if it even come close to betraying me, I trust you for doing that, because I've already seen it before it appeared in my reality. I've already seen it spiritually that you were going to betray me. I already seen your wicked eyes behind my back. So I only trust you to be you. And by being yourself is to go against me. I've already seen it coming. I always give people trust. Ashe. But a different type of trust. Let's see what you rather do when you in my energy. People that's religious, heavily religious, they don't have much spiritual protection. And I can see it on them a mile away. Ashe, I love you all. I'm gonna get up off of here. And I'm gonna get right back on. What's her name? Let me go make sure. Okay, Deidre, just come back on when you see it light up. Ashe, y'all.